time with a new camera, and I hope you can hear me, and I hope this is working. Well, it is recording. The new microphone. Hope it's not a bunch of wind noise and nothing else. Well, let's see. It's nearly dark. Here we are on the mighty Scrambler. What a great bike to be riding around here on. It's just perfect. These little roads full of dirt and dust and the little narrow pathways, nothing much more than going around up in the hills. I took a big ride yesterday, right up over the hills over there somewhere. Took a bunch of video on my old GoPro 8 and 90% of it's just frozen. The video is frozen and the audio records. So, huge waste of time. Hence the trip to town today to buy this new camera. Apparently, well, I'm sure I'm not going to have any issues with it. It's a quick and easy setup. I don't have a proper chin mount yet, which I would prefer it to be down here. It's up here on my, which isn't the ideal spot for it. Anyway, and I got the very expensive microphone to go with it, which isn't even it's also not in the best position, I think, for wind noise. How's that now? I'll put my hand in front of it. If that's better. Trouble is, it doesn't have a lot of room in the front around the mouth there. Some of the bigger helmets, like motocross style, off-road style, fully, this is like an ADV helmet. So the big, they've got much more room in the front of your mouth. You can stick it up there and behind, which is perfect. But anyway, give it a whirl. It's a great time of night. It's cool. Probably 24 maybe. Good time of night to go for a spin. But luckily I've got my truck, which I can chuck this thing in the back of real easy. Bring it down, and I get to do some exploring. And I'll tell you, there are some really cool spots to just go exploring on. Lots of little trails and pathways. I mean, this thing, you can take it off-road. It's great. It's fine down a dirt road. No problem whatsoever. Once you get into the heavy single trail, yeah, you might want to forget. But I'm on my own. I'm not going to go into some jungle and find myself stuck miles from anywhere and spend 20 kilometers walking out of a jungle to leave my expensive new bike up in the bush somewhere. So I stick to where the dirt roads are, and that's good enough. A lot of fun. And if help is needed, there's usually someone that comes along, or I'm in phone range still. That's the other thing. I don't get out of phone range. I can always call the missus and she'll bring the truck along and go and pick me up. It's a buffalo. So yeah, I hope to. I thought I might as well record some of these trips just for posterity, even for myself. When I'm old and grey, I can sit back and watch the good old days, riding the bikes around here, and it's awesome. Another really big reason I wanted to do this is I'm out here riding, and there's so many times I say to myself, I just wish some of my mates could see what I'm seeing right now. I wish there was a way they could turn their TV set on and instantly just see, especially when there's some of these awesome things. It's probably like making people sit in front of their slide nights, boring as hell for someone else to watch. But that's just me, and that's how I feel. So this is going to be the closest way I can do it. And I've been riding here for 25 years or more. And I've had that GoPro, and it was too clunky, it was too hard to mount. By the time you got it set up and going, your battery was dead, you'd have to change the battery, the footage was, angle was wrong, you couldn't see what you were videoing. It was hard to transfer everything over to something where you could get it on YouTube or whatever and edit it. It took forever. Well, the editing's not going to get any easier. But with this new camera, they're so much better from what I've been reading about. So hopefully it's a bit easier to manage, and I can just chuck it all on YouTube. Thai Moto Trails, as it's been renamed. And here we go. Check this road out. It is the most mad, insane piece of bloody road I've ever seen. And yep, that is one big long straight road that goes straight down a steep hill. So lots of accidents happen here. There's just signs before you up the other end. There's just signs everywhere. It says basically saying, don't even come down here, go another way. If you're in your car, you need to be careful, and you need to, drop gears, use a lot of engine braking. You can smell cars and their brakes burning and brakes fading. I've had my brakes actually fade out on my truck coming down here. It's quite easy to do, and if the pedal goes to the floor, you boil your fluid, and that's it. Off you go. Anyway, keeps me occupied. I've done heaps of miles, and I enjoy just riding for the hell of it. I always have, and I always will. But once the camera's mounted up properly, the battery life on this thing is something like 4 hours, and I've got 2 spare batteries. I've got 3 batteries with it. I can just leave it on all day in standby, and I don't have to worry about, like with the old GoPro, the batteries were a bit buggered, they weren't lasting, they never last. It got that hot, I think, it overheats, and it was freezing the footage. No such problem with this one. Oh, this is probably long and boring. I'm going to have to edit this a bit, but anyway, coming back the other way, you get some pretty cool views. I will give it a whirl. I've got an ulterior motive. I want to see this dog that I saw here yesterday. I stopped here yesterday to fiddle around with the GoPro because I tried to get some footage yesterday of this, which is all just frozen crap. And I stopped, and this beautiful brindle dog just came out of the bush, tail wagging, so happy. It looked like it's abandoned. It probably wasn't, but yeah, well, they don't get such good time here. Up pretty high now. Great views. It's a bit hazy. Oh, and a bit bumpy. Oh. It's got hazy the last few days, and I think what I reckon it is, the weather's changed. It literally changes over a day. Instead of the southwest monsoon, it comes down from the north. You get a high pressure system down from the north, and it brings this haze with it. And this is what it's kind of like at this time of year. It's no biggie. All right, we're back again. I went further than I was planning on. But anyway, head back now. I won't video the whole thing. I just come here. This is basically the high point, and I like to show this corner. The one thing when you ride a motorbike in Thailand, if I give you one tip, you come in a corner like this and you think, oh, this is great, I'm going to hook into it, and bloody, look at this lovely, great corner. You might not be able to tell, but whoa, here we go, there it tightens up. So there's a few roads, I actually pretty much know them. I've come across them. You can never be sure in Thailand that you come boring around a corner with the peg scraping or something, thinking this is great, I can test the limit of my bike and ride it like a hero, and it tightens up, and then you've got, if you don't have a reserve left of cornering or something, yeah, ain't good. So, top tip for young riders. Anyway, tomorrow go for a bit of ride, maybe. Here she is. Hello, mate. Hey. Oh. Hello. Hey. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Oh. I saw you yesterday, didn't I? Hey. It's going to bring you a treat. Hey. Where you been? You've had some babies, haven't you? Hey. You're a good girl. Hey? Hey? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah. Hey? Come on, that motorbike's hot. Look at you. You need a feed, don't you? Anyway, let's carry on. I'd take you home. The cool part here. Look at that. And look at this road. I better do some engine braking. Another dog. They're all bloody skinny mongrels. Poor things. I love it. Hey. They were like, we're not making any corners. Can't be bothered. Just chuck the road straight down the side of the hill. Here we go. It'd be great to have a hill trolley race or something, competition here. Oh, look at it. The fire burning there. It's a shame I didn't get this camera a few days ago because it was clear. So anyway, it might clear up. A bit of rain would help. But that's not what we need at this time of year anymore. We've had plenty of rain, more than enough. Just ask anybody in Chiang Mai where they've just had flooding. Oh, you know, the sun goes down and it hits that young rice and it It's a colour, it's indescribable. It's like almost iridescent green. Absolutely beautiful. Well, that almost, it's not the right time of the year, not quite. And yes, I know I've got gloves on and a t-shirt and short pants on, but I'm just going for a little hack and for a test before the end of the day. So I got some video to play with tonight, see what happens. But yes, I'm all the gear all the time otherwise. But because chances of hitting one of those little buggers are good. You like that. A whole bunch of them there. To go home. Oh no, this is actually cool along here. Oh, I hate that bump. Oh, puppy. Ah. 3 dogs. I'm glad. If I lived here, I'd probably have too many. I'd probably collect dogs. That one up there, something about it, the way it came up to me so happy. But I'd hate to think it's been abandoned, but I don't think it's been abandoned. The people go out to work all day and then they come home and the dog just stays at home. I don't know. Local power authority boys calling out. A bit late for them. Ooh, nice 300 series Land Cruiser now. You don't see many of those here. Yeah. All right. Well, getting home. Time for a beer.